Okay, so after Gridfam has been basically conking out on Vic during his Twitch streams on Wednesday night the past couple weeks, i.e., not letting anyone in, or if they do let someone in, it crashes almost instantly. Vic has announced that possibly removing the StreamYard next week. Now, why has Gridfam crashed the last couple of weeks? If I had to guess, too many people floodgating in becoming too much of a floodgate at any given time. I mean, at time, sure, this hasn't happened. Sure, this isn't the case every time. I mean, but when you have like 15, 20, 25 people trying to call in at any given time, the router is going to slow up. And the system does slow up badly. But it's gotten to a point where it's becoming a bit unbearable. So next week, I think we're moving to StreamYard. However, there are a few caveats. However, you've heard the old saying, caveat emptor, which is Latin for let the buyer beware. Hello, Raph. Anyway, as I was saying, have you ever heard of that phrase, caveat emptor, or let the buyer beware? There are some trade offs with using StreamYard. One, depending on what kind of account Vic has, as will depend will be dependent on on his audience capacity, i.e., how many he'll allow backstage to bring in one at a time. Personally, I think it'd be better if he brings in a large if he goes this route, and again, depending on how many he's allowed to bring in at a time. At minimum, he can't bring more than 5, 6, and this includes himself. At most, he can't do more than 10 or 20 from last I checked from all the plans. I would know as I use the free plan, which means I can't have more than 6 people in during my streams, including myself, at any one given time, including myself. 2, stream hour limitations. On free plan like I have, you have only about 20 hours of streaming time on the platform a month. Now, it is compatible with YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, and so forth. I'm just pointing that out. 3, most importantly, browser compatibility. I'm pretty sure the majority of the Risen Bull Rangers predominantly use Safari. Not unfortunately, that browser is incompatible with StreamYard. Not to mention it's a bitch to use on mobile devices from what I understand. The 4 browsers that I know of that are compatible with this app are Google Chrome, Mozilla, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge. I use Google. Well, I'm using StreamYard and by proxy my YouTube account. I want to post content on here. And 4, Vic has to leave the link in the Twitch stream in order for people to get in. Can't expect a call in. Then again, it does help when dealing with people who are using their other hand. Though on the other hand, a good trade-off is for those who use alternative names other than their Twitch handles for Gridfam, this makes it easier for Vic to identify you. Those are the basic caveats with using this application. But on the other hand, I don't want to deal with another week of bullshit Gridfam being a pile of digital bullshit crashing because everyone's trying to cram the the phone lines for so many times. Sometimes that leads to a damn system crash. So there are a lot of ways Vic can play this out. Either he can bring someone in one at a time, but I think that's a bit tedious. And given how often everyone's been trying to contact him for weeks now, I think the best option, bring as many as he can in one shot, one group in many as he can in one group in one shot, and then bring in the next group in one shot. Essentially, it's mutually beneficial. He gets through the list a lot if he does this. He gets through his list a lot faster, and everyone who's on the calling list gets to talk to him. Though again, granted, backstage, at most 10 at a time, 9 or 10 at a time. But on the other hand, this does require that for it to work this way, everyone's got to be put on a time limit. Can't jump out of your own volition and hog the time. No matter how good of a friend you are to Vic. That's not fair to everyone in the stream. You waiting their turn. Again, I would know this because I use StreamYard periodically. Case in point, my Mega Mets podcast list here on YouTube, where my friend and I Mega Man and G, do baseball and football calls. Hoping to do a hockey call at some point with him. Hockey or basketball call with him at some point. And predict wrestling events. Preferably AEW, and Japanese content. Hey, Evie. So, yeah, there's not really anything I'm mad about in doing this video. It's just I'm pointing out some caveats with Gridfam and that Vic should be aware of. And Evie, you're familiar with this as we've worked together on at least four of my streams doing stuff on Gridfam. And 4 or 5 of my streams doing ball calls on Gridfam. Those are just the caveats you're gonna have to deal with if we're gonna use StreamYard, Vic. That's all I came on this to mention on this one. No more and no less. Not mad at anybody outside of whoever's running Gridfam, the bunch of dumbasses. But that's it. Leave a comment. I stand with Vic now, then, forever. Even though, again, there's not really much to get mad about in this one. It's all been a bunch of tech shit the last couple of weeks. Leave a comment, smash the like, and sub to the channel. This is Mets2128 signing out. Goodbye, and good night. Bang.